If you ask Niecy Nash when her life truly changed, she won't talk about a specific role, an award, or a red carpet moment. She'll tell you it was the moment she stood beside Jessica Betts, a woman who felt like sunlight after years of walking through a quiet fog. When Niecy revealed their marriage in August of 2020, the world was genuinely surprised. But it wasn't because two women were in love. It was because their love looked so effortless, so true, so undeniably meant to be. This wasn't a scandal, it was a revelation. In her own words, Niecy didn't come out. She simply came home. Their story feels like a modern fairy tale, but it didn't begin with a whirlwind romance. Before love, there was friendship, the safe, slow-growing kind that gently sneaks up on you when you're not looking. Jessica Betts, the R&B artist with that incredible velvet voice, guest starred on Niecy's hit series *Claus* back in 2018. The connection was instant. They were laughing at the same jokes, finishing each other's sentences, and sharing the same instinct to lead with kindness. It was chemistry, but the quiet kind, the kind that builds a foundation without you even realizing it. They were friends, and for a while, that was all it was. But life has a way of creating space for what's meant to be. Niecy's second marriage was coming to an end. It was a period of transition, of uncertainty. Suddenly, there was this space in her heart, painful, raw, and completely uncharted territory. Jessica didn't rush in to fill that void. She didn't push or offer solutions. She simply stood beside her, a steady, supportive presence, like a constant, reassuring heartbeat. Her friendship was a safe harbor in a turbulent time. And then one day, somewhere between the deep conversations and the easy laughter, something shifted. Niecy looked at Jessica and felt something warm and a little bit terrifying bloom in her chest. A quiet realization, a gentle whisper from her own soul that said, "Oh, it's you." And the beautiful thing is, Jessica felt it too. There were no dramatic fireworks, no chaotic rush of emotions. It was just a simple, profound truth finally finding its voice. Their friendship had laid the groundwork for something deeper, something that felt as natural as breathing. It was a love that didn't need to be announced with a bang. It simply settled into place, like it had always belonged there. Niecy has been very open about the profound impact Jessica has had on her life. She's said that Jessica made her feel free, truly free, perhaps for the very first time. Not the Niecy Nash we see on TV, the public figure with a persona to maintain, but just Niecy, the woman, loved for her softness, her silliness, her scars, and all the tender parts of herself she used to keep hidden. This was a love that saw all of her and celebrated it. It allowed her to exhale, to let go of the need to perform, and to just be. And the way Jessica talks about Niecy, it's just as poetic. She once said that loving Niecy feels like her own heart is walking around outside her body. That's the essence of their connection. It's not loud or performative. It's warm, protective, and deeply nurturing. It's the kind of love that hums quietly in the background, like a slow R&B song on a Sunday morning. It's a love that feels like peace. Their wedding in August 2020 was the perfect reflection of their story, a whimsical, intimate moment that felt like a plot twist from Cupid himself. Imagine a small garden, with fairy lights twinkling in the trees and flowers blooming everywhere. It was a scene where romance practically sparkled in the air. Niecy was radiant in a strapless white gown, looking like pure joy wrapped in silk, and Jessica, in a sharp cream suit, was beaming with so much pride and love that you could feel it radiating right through the photographs. They weren't just posing for a camera. They were glowing, completely lost in their own perfect moment. When the wedding pictures hit the internet, the reaction was immediate and widespread. People were stunned. Niecy Nash married a woman. Since when was this happening? The surprise was genuine, but it was quickly met with an outpouring of support and joy. Niecy handled the questions with her signature grace and honesty. She simply smiled and said, "My marriage has nothing to do with gender. It has to do with heart." And with that one sentence, everything clicked into place. She wasn't making a statement about her sexuality. She was making a statement about her soul. As she later said, "I love who I love. I'm not limiting myself anymore," and that's why their love story is such a gift to the world. It's not just because it's a bold and visible example of black queer love in Hollywood, which is incredibly important. It's because it's so profoundly real. Niecy and Jessica's journey is a powerful reminder that love can find you after heartbreak, even when you least expect it. It teaches us that love doesn't have to follow the rules or meet the expectations that society, or even we ourselves, might have set. The heart is always wiser than labels. Their story shows that sometimes the person you are truly meant for is the one who has been standing steadily beside you all along, offering friendship and support without any agenda. Their love didn't arrive with a dramatic explosion of fireworks. It arrived with a quiet sense of peace. And in a world that's often so loud and chaotic, maybe that's the most magical and most revolutionary kind of love there is. Thanks so much for watching. If their story inspired you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that celebrates love in all its beautiful forms. We'll see you in the next one.